Hello, this is Joseph Haroon from Yakidoo. We're here to show you how we can process a 10-page commercial invoice in a minute or less. We built a solution based on Kofax Technology that will allow you to take the repetitive tasks of manually entering all the information from a commercial invoice and automating that, keeping the process of your custom clearance professionals for using their knowledge-based training to make business decisions versus spending all their time data entry. The flow of this process is just like you see today. There's an email coming from your customer, from the carrier, containing a commercial invoice. For this demonstration, we have a 10-page commercial invoice, one that can often take somebody up to an hour to process. We've seen 40 pages, 100-page commercial invoices. Tons of information, description, part number, country of origins, quantity, unit of price, extended amount, and obviously the header information and line item information. And in this demonstration, actually some supporting documents such as a bill of lading. We're going to send this email through to the Kofax system. What's happening right now is the system is going to pull the email address, find a new email, extract any attachments that are important, and pull it into the software. The system is then going to actually try to extract information, extract who the exporter is, who the consignee is, extract information such as purchase order, gross weight, order number, and then try to actually extract the information of the line items. It then presents it to a user to be able to complete the entry. And I'll show you that screen here. As you can see, there is a whole bunch of red characters which actually reference information that it extracted to the right. The purpose is for a user to be able to do a quick check to ensure that it extracted the right information and press enter. And as you can see, a user can simply press enter on these fields to say the information I'm extracting is correct. And this takes us over to our line items and additional fields. As you can see, we've got a few fields that were picked up automatically and a few fields that were not. The application works based on training, which allows you to actually take different fields, click on them on the screen, and it will actually remember where it is. As you can see where I'm highlighting, it's actually picking up every character that I'm highlighting because it's read them before. By me clicking on the reference, for example, it's actually going to remember these X and Y coordinates to know to populate it into this field. So for the sake of this demo, I'm just going to do the reference number. I'm going to do the order number as well. And I'm also going to train it on the terms. The reason why I'm training it versus typing it is the next time it sees such a commercial invoice, it'll remember the location. Now to get to the meat of this entry, which is this 10 pages of heavy entry. You can see the table here is actually blank. What you can do is actually add one row, teach the software the part number, teach the software the description, teach the software the quantity, which it did have a default, but we're going to teach it from the screen, unit of measure as a unit price, which is $199 in this condition, and total price. By teaching the document that first line, you can actually tell it to hit interpolate and repeat that row as it is in a table through all the line items within this document. The software can actually loop through over and over, moving on to page 2, on to page 3, all the way up to page 10 of this particular transaction. This results in actually extracting information in a matter of just a few seconds. As you can see, the software is automatically, without me touching it, populating all these fields from the right to the left. As I can scroll down through these pages, you can see page 2 extracted all this information. Page 3 extracted all information. Page 4, page 5, page 6 extracted literally all this information in a matter of seconds. Now I'm going to close this window because at the beginning of this recording we mentioned that we can send a document in a matter of minutes or less. So as you can recall, we sent that document in, we trained it on specific locations, and then we finished the entry quite quickly. Well, I'm going to now send a similar document from the same format, from the same importer, to the system. What's going to happen now is the software is actually going to be able to say, hey, those fields that we trained it, those fields where the user actually used the mouse, clicked on, and trained it, let's go to those locations and see if we see similar fields next time this document process. What this sets us up to be is the screen 1 is the same. It's looking for a user to press enter on all this address information to validate it's correct. But as you go to screen 2, remember that order number that we trained the application? I didn't have to enter it this time. The reference number, the same thing, and those terms. But more importantly, those small fields, all of the line items that were actually needed to be pulled out are now being pulled out without us having to do those steps. Hopefully this demonstrates you on how you can actually take this document, which could take upwards to an hour or larger documents take longer, and processing in just a few seconds. After this process is completed, we then export this document to your back-end line of business systems, where you're going to match the information that came from the part number to your HS codes and any other final business rules to finish the transactions, ensuring that you're leveraging your staff, your highly trained staff, on actually the complexity of processing these transactions, not the repetitive tasks on doing the data entry. Thanks very much for your time. Please visit www.yakidoo.com for more information. Thank you.